Don't be dumb, bitch. Don't be dumb. Hold on, wait. I'm being dumb right now because I didn't move my shit over here. Okay. Before I go outside and just move on with life. After the great day I had, great shroom trip I had yesterday and shit. You know what I mean? And kind of just go right back in motion. Let's just debrief. Let's just talk about the concert. Let's talk about what I observed. Let's talk about what I enjoyed. Let's talk about what I didn't enjoy. Let's talk about let's just talk about everything. You know what I mean? Um Room, actually, never mind. I was about to say room was clear. It's just my chair. um First I want to say thank you to my friend Rox for taking me on this trip. I did not have to pay for no ticket. She didn't make pay for food. I was basically just a trip sitter and just there for good vibes. Thank you, Rox. I ain't gonna lie, dude. Thank you, Rox. I owe you a great drive. I owe you so much great joints and shit. Before I did the Glazer, shout out to you. But yeah, let's just talk about it. Yes, I'm gonna be itch myself. No, I don't have crabs. I just have mosquito bites. Okay, started. Um, it was in Miami. You know what I mean? So this is my first time actually going to Miami and actually walking around with like no, not like really walking around, like adventuring and shit. Park up, go to a store, then put whatever we had like back in the car, drive over to another spot, walk over to a food spot, and then walk back, and then go to the concert and shit. But that shit was really fire. I'm not gonna lie to you, shit was really fire. Um, I like the feel of it. I definitely want to move to a city that's it has like kind of like walk and feel. It's probably because it's like no new, and I haven't really been there a lot. So everything that like looks all big and grand, just amazing and shit until you actually like live there. I mean, I can tell the roads are chaotic and shit. Some of them roads didn't even make sense. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that really just puts a negative motivation to a T to fucking just get enough money so I can just have a black truck driver just driving around everywhere. Because I mean shit, hey, for me, I see everyone, you know what I mean, they can easily smoke and drive. Like really it's all a mental game and just your tolerance really, but I'm not gonna lie, nigga. That shit's not me. We was definitely token up when we was driving down to Florida. I mean, not down to Florida, down to Miami and back from Miami and shit. Like throughout the whole drive, for basically like low, like lighting and shit. We had 10 joints mixed between us and shit. So I think, but but honestly, that shit's not for me. You know what I mean? I won't even be doing a cigarette because nigga, the only time I'll smoke a cigarette is like that drunk. I gotta be mad drunk. You know what I mean? I gotta be mad drunk. Like, I probably wouldn't even remember I smoked that cigarette. I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have done it for the vibes. I ain't gonna lie. But I like walking around the city. It was really nice. We had Talking Tacos. I had that when I went over to Orlando when I went to go see Cardi and shit. This was actually my first concert. Well, not first concert, my second concert. But I definitely enjoyed it way more than the last one. I'm not gonna get into any reason like that because I'm pretty sure I had a video for that, and if not, oh well, whatever. Hold on, I just got a text. But where was I? Oh yeah, I had it when I wanted to go up to Orlando. Oh well, Orlando for Cardi. You know, we're not gonna talk about that experience, but Taco tacos. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Definitely need to come to Naples, bro. Like, I was definitely high as fuck, and them tacos definitely hit my stomach. I only ate two of them dishes. And, I was gonna bro. I was ready to order let me get 6 tacos, some mac and cheese. Let me get some fries. Let me get some churros too. Like, I thank God, like nigga, I got full after 2 tacos. Jesus Christ. But them churros are good. We had some Biscop churros. Definitely raised my blood sugar crazy with a horchata. Nigga, I was done. Like blood sugar was definitely higher than a fucking, I don't know, higher than a bag of Skittles. I don't even fucking know, bro. But after we got some food and shit, no, that's when we pop the shroomies, pop the shroomies. You know, I supply the shrooms. You know, it was fine. She popped them before. She popped them before me. And Rox, I'm sorry if you see this. But it's really just deep the story. It would. You know, she threw up the shrooms. Ah, you know, I mean, she threw up too. I told her to slow down, but you know, it's all right. You know, I mean, shrooms hit everyone's guts. For me, I haven't thrown up yet on shrooms, and hopefully, I never do. But you know, I told her to slow down, but she like pop two because she didn't feel the first one. I was like, it takes a little bit, like dead ass. It takes a little bit more time, like a little bit more than fucking some edibles. It's all right. It's all right. You know what I mean? I was there. You know what I mean? Chill. We were in the parking garage, sparked up a little bit. Then we went inside the concert. Oh, it was nice, like I'm pretty sure it was KC State, KC Center or whatever. It was nice. It was nice. It was nice. I liked it. I liked it. Um, but see, like, look, oh my God, see, I am never going to go anywhere now without a lighter in my pocket. Like honestly, I'm gonna have a throwaway lighter. I have just in my pocket anywhere because like honestly, like I got a tap on my shoulder when I was behind, like when someone like from someone behind me, and they're like, "Yo, bro, you got a lighter." I now have to look that I have a lighter. Like I now have to look that I smoke it. Like, is that something I should be proud of? Some might say no. But I'm gonna say yes. Because I like the culture behind this shit. It really joins people together. But I said no, like I felt bad. Now I'm never gonna not have one of these around me, bro. Like any lighter, anything that makes flames, like I might have one in my pocket. And yeah, that's where the beating's from, yada yada yada. But then, yo, whoever was behind me, your weed smelled so good. Like I'm pretty sure it was shrooms that were kicking both of our asses because we're both off of like a mega hero's dose on some. I was definitely off the one. I don't know if she threw up the two, but like we were both look wired as fuck, and I was like, it was wired as fuck. But yo, I swear, every time the motherfucker I saw a cloud walk pass by me, bro, we were just like, bro, like that shit. We was tweaking. But that shit like dead us like brought us back down to earth every time. And every time someone had to walk by, so we had to get up. It was just like okay, stop tweaking for just a little second, get up. Yeah, don't worry about it. No need to say excuse me, sit down, and then just like I was weed so bad. Like it got to a point where we were both like tripping and stuff, and then we were feeling so hard that we were like, all right, let's just go back down to the parking garage and just like go grab some shit. But we didn't know that the concert the nigga was already like, yo, ASAP, bro, like yo, I get the thing, like, where's ASAP? You know what I mean? Maybe, yeah, I know you're not trying to make everyone wait, but come on, man. Like, yo, nigga supposed to start 8:30. Like, nigga put on a good show. Nigga put on a good show. But I'm gonna get into more on that later. Um, after we fucking just looked over at the staircase, because I'm not gonna lie, when we got up, the room started to really hit some more. So we kind of just sat back down, just enjoyed it, talked a little bit and shit, and after, we talked a little bit more, you know what I mean? Then the concert started. Yo! That shit was fire. They did the yo, where's ASAP thing. They saw like the SWAT people, like, in the stands and everything like that. Love that. And then like the nigga popped up in the middle of in the arena. It's like I wish they kind of had more guiding, you know what I mean? When they kind of had like one screen that kind of like show where the nigga was at on some shit. Because like it kind of felt like he popped up out of nowhere, so it kind of felt like you kind of like had to find him before you can really get lit. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna lie, hey, performance was great. Like you know what I mean? Like performance was great. My niggas like how old now? I'm not gonna bring in the nigga age, but you know what I mean? Like nigga wasn't hitting out his shoulder and everything, but like nigga got like what 2-3 kids, so it's like hey. Nigga slowing down a little bit, but I get it. You know what I mean? Could have used a little more vibes, but hey, we can't put it all on the artist because you know what I mean. They can only do so much, but we can as the fans and someone we can only give as much as we feel like we're getting on some shit. For me, I'll say big stadiums because I want to get into the music industry, like not like making music, but like like in the art films, like because like, I'm not gonna lie, this performances nowadays they're all performances. Like, well, no shit, but like they're all art forms. They're all like literally films and everything. Like everyone's over there like filming these moments. You know what I mean, capturing the shit. They're performing these so people can remember them I'll stick videos in them. You know what I mean? Even though, like, some people are like, put the phones away, let's vibe and everything like that. You know what I mean? I feel like some of those words are just like, just like, words that they just have everyone said that, like, kind of flips a switch in someone's brain and just, I don't know, kind of like, and you're kind of guiding them too much. It's just like, you have a, like, you have, like, a red light that's just like, beaming up, and they're just like, hey, do this, do this. You know what I mean? It's just like, I feel like it's just not natural. You know what I mean? Here's what I would have done. You know what I mean? KC Center. You know what I mean? Like, he had, I think it's ASAP, bro. You know what I mean? It wasn't full packed, but like, that motherfucker was packed. You know what I mean? We weren't nuts to butts, cause like, it wasn't even nuts to butts in the fucking. Sorry, I got like fucking. It wasn't like nuts to butts in the fucking like pit and shit. They had some room, but I would say, should I even break down? Because like I feel like matter of fact, I'm saying this shit like this shit's gonna go get like seen. This is like a journal for me, so it's like whoever sees this, like hopefully when they see it, they don't take a nigga idea and just like be like, huh. Oh, so this is what he was talking about like hella years ago. Now he's actually popping his fucking like the biggest. Damn. Here's what I would do. You know what I mean? And this is some shit that's like been done before, but it's not been done enough. You know what I'm saying? It's been done good enough in a while. For big stadiums, people all the way in the high, like in the bleachers. Some people are over there just because they like the view, or some people are over there because they just don't have the money to get down lower. You know what I mean? For us, for like me and my friend, we got our tickets for like $100, $100 plus each. I think a little bit. Shout out for not buying them. See, I don't even know. I didn't even pay for them. You know what I mean? But we were like right like good center. You know what I mean? Good like good center. We had a great view of them. You know what I mean? But like they were like in the mosh pit. It's like you can really feel it because you're in the mosh pit. You really went there with them because I know they was enjoying their moment. But us over here, it's just like I was like looking around. It's probably the shrooms too. But I was looking around. I was real vigilant, and I was just like, everyone's kind of just on the phone, just standing. They're just waiting for something. They're just waiting to get Simon Says. You know what I mean? Just like put your hands up. Yeah, Simon Says. Like okay, yeah, 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 yeah. You know what I mean? Like it might even make so much. Just like just waiting for some Simon Says shit. It's like we kind of just like waiting to like get your attention on some shit. Where our attention is not like capsulated like fully on you. There's a lot of people that are just over there just like blindly recording because that's just all they know how to do, or all they like. Yeah, that's just all they know how to do when they go to concerts. Just like record. They're not in the moment. They're not feeling it. You know what I mean? When the feel is when like the artist pumps it up, you know what I mean? You gotta put that emphasis in it, you know what I mean? You gotta really pump it up. And it's really hard as an artist. Well, I mean I'm saying this like I'm an artist myself, I'm not. But it's like, I can tell like about artists, it's hard to keep audience like, control and just like, attention just like, for an hour plus show. I get 100%. That's why you need some help. See like See, for like people on stage to swat people, it was great. You know what I mean? They were just like I like the stage I like the stage present for it. Like it goes with the Don't Be Dumb like album theme. But like that was just like it's like scripted, of course, but it's just like is that all they're doing? It's like I feel like if like the concert was like lit enough, like would they still be like if you were there, you would know when they're on the stage, they were just like what I mean, doing that. It's like I feel like they were like, yo, crowd's not lit, yo, y'all dance like every time someone else like that was ASAP was like going crazy, they would the crowd would feed off of that. There were niggas in the pit that were like had the fucking t-shirts like around their head, white shirt, jeans and shit. Yo, them niggas like look. If you grab them niggas, so I'm not gonna lie, half the time I was watching them niggas, cause top of the morning chat. Just wanna intersect real quick right here. I'm gonna start to try to talk to the camera more while I'm editing this video on the side right here. A couple days later, the friends made me a little lazy. I'm editing this shit. I'm gonna try to finish it before work, but anyway, good thing I didn't post this right away because I'm pretty sure that those people kind of maybe got like selected to be it and like and everything. because like I saw like got like a lot of Instagram posts where they got to be like a shirt head for ASAP and everything. So I think that was planned. But if it was not, and it was still like concert people, just like just having a great old time in the pit, just really just being in it. That motherfuckers are G's. All right, let's get back to the video. Me personally, like I like dancing competitions. I used to watch America's Best Dance Crew, like when I was younger a lot, and like one of my favorite groups was the Jabberwockies. Like them niggas were masked up. You can't really see where they are on some shit, which is good. You know what I mean? It's just like a blind character. It's like extension from ASAP himself. If you would have. If you would have like took some of those people, put them up in the stands, cause them motherfuckers were like throwing up grenades, and them motherfuckers were getting lit. Like that's what you need. You need to connect people. There's too many empty spots between people, even though you have a packed out show. You know what I mean? Like, if you would have had, like, if you would have had some SWAT people, like, more in the stands, just like, yeah, getting people lit, you know what I mean? And everything, because, like, not everyone is going to be able to be an extrovert and just, like, get at the show and just, like, woo, yeah, and everything like that. Sometimes you need a little assistance. And like some people may not like that, some people may not want that. You know what I mean? But it's just like to make it feel like an actual concert and not feel like you're just a bot recording something. It feels like you just want to be joined in just a little more. Like just connect the little spaces between strangers. You know what I mean? Just have some like different just have some just stage performance, just like try to like just amp up the crowd. You know what I mean? Like there'll be niggas to do that. Like I guarantee you, the people down in the pit would have been 100% down to do that. I guarantee you, would have brought them up on the stage too. Like people not only like feeling like they're right next to the artist and feel like they're performing just for them, but they also feel like that they like seeing someone like like them, you know what I mean? Not like black or white, fuck color. I'm saying like just a human, just regular human, not with a bunch of money, not with a fucking verified button on Instagram. Regular human that has to wake up tomorrow and go to a 9 to 5. Like that type of regular. Once they see that on a stage like this, oh shit, this really brings us back. It really feels like you're connected there. It really makes you feel like you're like you could be all the way up in the nosebleeds, but if you see like a bunch of people just having fun down there, it'd be like, damn, like we're here doing this shit. It's just like you can be a great performer and everything like that, but it's like I don't know where I was going with that. It's like you can be a great performer, everything like that, but it's just like it's gonna be crazily terribly hard to just like keep someone's attention span for so long. For some concerts are like an hour, like sometimes maybe 2 hours, and that's why you need some help. That's what I'll say. You need some help. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. There's some other ideas that mix in really well with this one thing, because this is something that's not been that this is something that's like not like fucking totally new. You know what I mean? This is like something that's been going on, but that's just like people don't do that. Like I'm not saying like everyone needs like just an entourage just to go around the store. Some people can like really just get the crowd just like lit by themselves. Like look at motherfucking Travis Scott. That nigga has energy everywhere. You know what I mean? It's just like that's what he's known for. You know, but I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. But I was about to say I had no complaints. I had no complaints. I had no complaints over the show. But there was this one nigga. I will lie to you, bro. Like, I was not gonna break the nigga flow. I was not gonna break the nigga like spirit. Like if yesterday was not that if yesterday was not that nigga's birthday, he was the birthday yesterday. Like real shit. Sorry to be a TikTok head, but like that like I don't know if it was just white tees or like they had something that you can like spin around and shit. Um, that nigga, I swear to God, that nigga was about to take off right in front of me. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like me, my friend Rocks, and the lady next to me, every time he would be whipping that shit, yo, he be whipping that. Like he be whipping like, bro. I had to be like, damn, bro, like shit. I'm trying to record, like I'm not gonna lie, I got some good angles. I'm recording between the nigga arm and shit. Like what I mean, I'm like flash between like I'm getting some angles right, but like god damn, like if I would have been more high on shrooms on some shit, bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, I would have got slapped in the face a couple times by that shit. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I'll be talking like and shit. Like I feel that just the wind just hit my teeth from that nigga viewing. Like I swear to God, like My fault, bro. Like I didn't know this was your airspace right here on some shit. Like my fault, but I was not gonna tap the nigga on the shoulder. I was not gonna let him know because that's just gonna make the niggas just like self conscious about like really like doing this thing. Hell no, you know what I mean? My nigga, do your thing. Like if you pay for those tickets, nigga, get your tickets worth. If your mom and dad, because I'm pretty sure his mom was right next to him. If your mom paid for them tickets, nigga, make sure you spend that money right to the fullest out of her pocket. Like. You did that, bro. You did that. You did that. You did that. I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You did that. You had me dying, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. You had me dying. I can hear the people in the back talking about, look at this nigga right here, bro. Like, nigga, I was dying. Shout out to you, though. Whoever you was, bro. Shout out to you. I say, is that it? After the concert and shit, put some really good songs. Here. You didn't play Be Yourself Freestyle, which makes sense. But you need to play Fashion Killer. That shit was fire. I love the lights. Like it was great. I'm not gonna lie. It was great. It definitely gave me ideas and more stuff that I could use of when I open up my first arena on some shit concert money, because it's just gonna be big. Trust me. It's just gonna be big. And all the shit I'm spewing up right now, it's all gonna come first circle. Shit, I might even get the niggas or they're in the videos I'm recording. That I recorded from ASAP to being there to hype it out. I may just have them, you know what I mean? Just hey, I'ma hire you to know all these songs and just get the crowd just hype on some shit, you know what I mean? I don't want people just on their phones all the time. Shit, hey, be on your phones. But I want motherfuckers to feel like they in there. I wanna feel like, you can be all the way at the nosebleeds, but you're physically touching the fucking pit floor right now. You know what I mean? It's that type of inclusive. Yeah, after the concert, you know what I mean? Play some good songs, you know what I mean? Me and Rox was tripping balls still. We was both wired still. Definitely took 20 minutes to find our car when we could have just waited in line in the elevator, but then we kind of convinced ourselves that we can find it easily. Yeah, nah, we was kind of tripping, just walking on the side of the road in Miami, but it's whatever. Saw a lot more people, definitely more geeked out than us. I thought I was gonna saw some people that I knew, because I knew there were some people in that concert, but big ass place, big ass concert, a lot of fucking people. After we found a car, you know what I mean? Oh my god. Me and her were talking about the whole concert. Oh my god, that joint's gonna hit, because we left a little roach, on the center console and shit. Waited till we got the parking garage. We parked that bitch on the highway. I swear to God, I'm still breathing out some of that smoke, bro. Cause nigga, I ain't hear that bitch crazily. But after that, we parked up at McDonald's, chilled a little bit, got some food just a little bit, and then we just beelined it straight home. You know what I mean? It was a Monday night and shit, so it's literally there was barely, if not anyone on the highway, so it's literally just boom, boom. Nice conversations, on the ride home. I passed out the last 20 minutes, I think, and then we just spawned out my crib. Ain't gonna lie to you. I woke up right when she got to my gate. I had to open that shit, and then boom. Still waiting for her to give me my lighter back. I'm not gonna lie, I was geeked as fuck, and I just kind of left the car without my lighter. She found it, so I just gotta, either she's gonna pull up and drop it off, or I'll just have to go and grab it or whatever. But besides that was it. I just did a lot of just thinking. Did a lot, did a lot of good groove. You know what I mean? Definitely enjoyed myself way more than the last concert, and it wasn't because of you, Cardi. It wasn't because of you. You know what I mean? You're a great nigga. It's just the people I went with and everything like that, and shit that was going on during that time. But anyway, that is past bullshit. We're now in the present, and just working towards our future. So ASAP, I'll give you a good 8.7. If this is your last concert and shit, stay right and stay nimble because I definitely want you to be one of the first people to perform. You know what I mean? A little comeback concert at one of my venues and shit. Like, in the future. I got some real good ideas for you, bro. And yeah, that's it. Um, I give you an 8.7 ASAP. 8.7. I fuck with the concert, dude. I fuck with the concert. I wish I felt more inclusive in it, but there's only so much that you can do, and like there's only so much you can do with what we're giving you, but that's also vice versa. There's only so much that we can give you by what we're feeling that we're being like gay. You know what I mean? But great concert. Hi Riri. You know what I mean? Yeah. I say that's it. Um. Don't know when the next video is gonna be. Don't know if there's. I don't know if there's gonna be a next video. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about like an outro, so I may craft the outro right here. See you guys next video. Don't know when the next video is gonna be. Don't know if there's it. I don't know if there's even gonna be a next video, but if there's not, I hope you guys stay blessed and live a very long, happy, luscious, beautiful life, and you achieve everything that you set your mind to and work for. Not just set your mind to work for it. But if there is a next video, I'll see you guys when I see you.